What's up? What's up? It's Labor Day. It's noon my time. We're about to stream another best ball draft. I've been letting these. I went hard like last year, finished in July. This year, I left a few to trickle down, and I'm glad because it gives me something to do. My family's out shopping on this Labor Day, so come hang out with me so I'm not bored, and let's draft something that ships $2 million here on DraftKings. All right. Let's get this party started. Shall we? If you're on here. Oh, what we got going on here with this overlay? There we go. If you want to join in the fun, come do it. Shout out to our sponsors at DraftKings. Oh, look at that, man. It filled fast. People. I doubt it's because of me, but people are just wanting a little draft in. Hello, so said, let's go, Dave. Thursday can't come fast enough. I know. We've got doing a guillotine. Why I keep on saying guillotine? Doing a guillotine league. And tonight, official late round guillotine league. If you're a Patreon member, hop in the Patreon chat to find out how you can join that. I've never done one before, so I'm excited. We got pick number 7. So that's good. Should we widen the screen out? Here. There we go. Hope everyone's having a great Labor Day. I think we need to feed the ducks on this Labor Day. Super stoked about the mailbag and late round perspectives, both every week now. And Nick, guess what? Even better news. Fridays, 1 p.m. Eastern. We're having a late round fantasy football show. Saturday morning, if you weren't able to catch it live or not able to catch it on YouTube on demand, you'll be able to get that the late round fantasy football show now in your podcast feed. So Friday is going to be a busy day because you're going to have mailbag and perspectives, and then you can watch us live. But if not, you can space it out and watch the show on Saturday. So lots of end of the week content. Should be a fun format. The late round fantasy football show. It's a little different than how it's been the off season. But yeah, JJ's currently working on his 15 transactions right now. So he's working. I figure if he's working, I need to work. All right, let's see what we got here. CeeDee Lamb doesn't go till pick 5. Can we get some Jordan? Yes. Bang. Levitan talked about this earlier. The Q tags on DraftKings causing some of these guys to fall down the draft boards a little bit just because people are seeing them and saying, oh, can't draft those guys. Like, I wonder, you can go into contest details and check out. All right. So this is actually everyone has 3 bars besides their name except for one person, R. Krugs. So should be a pretty competent draft. Our crew's got the 101 and went Saquon, so there you go. That's how you know they're not a 3-bar. They didn't go Chase. They went Saquon. You're welcome, J Kid 1084. What's up, Hector? All right, so if you're in the chat and you've ever been in a guillotine league, I need some tips. Read a thing from Pete over Zet Swolecast teammate, and talking about how he went like 3 running backs to start, like just totally different than that. So like great, my mind broken. My brain is broken. Taylor goes 16. Someone started with a Henry Taylor start. All right. And then Drake, London. So Achan is actually going to start. Chase Brown's there too. Should we get Chase Brown and just not even worry about the drama that is Achan or this Dolphins offense right now? That's not a bad start. Jefferson and Chase. Draft for early season and keep as much fab as possible for later in the year. That's what I'm gathering. I'm excited though. I'm excited for this year. This is the most I've ever been excited for a fantasy football season. Because this is like, it's all fantasy football. Previous everything up to now has been like just a heavy DFS focus. And so right as soon as football season started, we were then on to basketball, trying to get everything ready in October for the start of NBA season. And then you have, so I mean, I probably won't be doing a ton of DFS stuff. Obviously, we got the Swolecast, so we'll be putting together a couple lineups. Got a touchdown survivor league, and that's going to be pretty fun. Never done that before. First guillotine league. So, yeah, there's a lot. There's just a lot of options these days. I'm thinking of, just there was a guy at the Fantasy Football Expo in Canton when we went, and this guy, let me show the draft board after this pick. This guy though just had a booth and he had a QR code, and I was like, oh man, keep your head up, keep grinding it out. He's kind of a younger guy. I was like, you got this, don't give up. Well, dang, we might have to go Josh Allen. Good gracious, he's fallen to us in the 3rd round. Oh, that's going to be a hot start. All right, let's do it. So we've got our staples at every position except tight end, and we'll just wait on tight end, I guess. Allen, Brown, Jefferson. But to finish that story, this guy, he basically said, thanks. He was very gracious. And, I said, what, I looked him up on Twitter and I said, you got like 15,000 followers. Pretty good. So, yeah. I said, what's your he said, I like Twitter the most. I said, well, what other platforms are you on? And he said, well, he's got these other platforms like Instagram, but TikTok was the biggest one. The guy had over 350,000 followers on TikTok, and I had never heard of him. And he was like, awesome, but I'm never on TikTok. So there's just so much content. There's so many different ways to consume fantasy content and to play fantasy content. It's great. It's the best time of year. I mean, we could get Kittle here and just nail down these spots. Adam, I got a ton of Adams. I got a ton of Kittle earlier this year. But who else are they going to have? Let's just get staple positions. 1-1-1-1. Bang. Let's do it. But shout out Max over there at TikTok. Max Loebs. Loebs. Obviously, I need to get on TikTok more. Because he's famous, and I just had no clue. Just in my little Twitter bubble. My little Twitter and YouTube bubble. Yeah, so Richard and Nick, keep these comments coming. Draft your starters for both early season, high ceiling, high upside rookie only for the bench. There you go. And it's 18 rounds too. So it's going to be crazy. It's the only league that I'm adamant on filling my lineup before any bench spots. So I was helping a guy yesterday. I played pickleball with him. And this guy, he's awesome. He's a financial advisor. Goes to my church. He has 3 girls that are a little older than mine. He's just like an awesome guy that I look up to. And he said, I've got my fantasy draft. I want you to help me out this year. I tried my best. I really did. He was using CBS Sports, and their rankings were totally different than I've drafted on Sleeper and Yahoo. Man, Hurts just went at 54. Dang. There's some people just straight up sliding. I guess we're getting JMO. But these CBS rankings were just insane. And he got James Conner in the 3rd. I think that maybe the rankings were based on last year's fantasy points. It couldn't have been projected rankings. If so, boy. But I kept on telling him, draft a defense and kicker last. We're not going to worry about those. We're going to fill up our running backs and our wide receiver spots. And in the 3rd round, he's like, should I get Mahomes? I'm like, don't draft a quarterback yet. And then he's like, should I get Hubbard? And he auto drafted Connor, I guess. So he had a pretty steady team, but I was telling him, all right, just wait. Kept on telling him, wait on quarterback. Then finally I was like, all right, get Justin Herbert here. Well, he accidentally selected the Chargers defense. Bless his heart, as we say here in the South. So I was like, I'm not sure how you can come back from that, but it's just so funny. They're like, it's like a child, you know, they just want to fill out the roster. And they want to fill all the spots. They're like, no, don't touch that. It's hot. Don't do it. Goodness gracious. Yeah, we're just going to keep on. We're going to go Harvey because Chase Brown and Pacheco are the same buys. But we're just going to slurp this Dipperino, as our good buddy Pete Overzet says. What's up, Jaquan? I looked at the Yahoo rankings for a draft last night. That Burrow at the 101. Yeah. The great thing, though, I mean, because I think I've done like almost 300 drafts now. But the great thing about these drafts are that you get you get to know like who's in those ranges that you really like. So hopefully that won't fail me tonight in the guillotine leagues. Messing with the size of this. There we go. We didn't have it tall enough. Made the context about lineup filling first. They're typically 18 teams. Yeah, they are. I've been drafting quarterbacks and tight ends in like 11 through 14 my redraft this year. Yeah. On the elite guys. It's really, I mean, especially with these guys that are going off the board. Well, we've already got Kittle, but I do want some more Warren. I think we might just have to hold out. What's up, Greg? No days off. Hey, if JJ's working on the 15 transactions, I'm working. Who we getting here, though, is the question. Who are we getting? We've already got all of our staple positions. We got two. Maybe we need just to focus on receiver. And just hope that Jacoby Myers plays for somebody this year. It's not too late to get into the DK draft one, get one. Scan that QR code in the corner. This weekend, our neighbors across the street have this big luau. I talked about it last week, where they got in a bad car accident 35 years ago. And to show people their appreciation for all the help that they received, they've been doing a luau on Labor Day ever since then. And probably about 200 people show up. A lot of people, including their kids, college friends, and high school friends. So they still have their fantasy drafts the day after. Like the big luau's on Saturday, then the fantasy drafts are on Sunday. So I was just kind of laying low, went over there as the kids were playing, and was just talking to them about their draft. And it is funny how some of these drafts progress. I saw a tweet, and it was a guy saying, "Guess I need to study up for my league now." And it was like it was a text thread, and last place punishment, they had to donate sperm to the sperm bank, and then check the box that says the kids could contact them when they turned 18. That was the last place punishment. It's terrible. Ooh, look at this. I was hoping they would come to us. We got Keon paired with Josh Allen. And maybe even Shakir with this Q tag drops. So just to recap this team, we got Allen and Coleman, Chase Brown, RJ Harvey, our two running backs. Jefferson, JMO, Jacoby. There's a J theme there. And then George with a G. That's hilarious. Our league punishment is you have to take the winner's parents to dinner. Just you and them. Oh my God. How do people think of this stuff? The losers have to take the winners' parents out to dinner. Just you and them. Just you and their parents. Oh, what a great friend group. Was talking to this this league, and I guess somewhere, they're in year 19. I'm in year 20 of my league, but somewhere along the way, someone put George Dickel in the beans, and then they started like eating the bean. I don't know, man, eating the beans, and then they started making these bets, and they said basically that the parents, had to eventually put them on probation. Because during the season, they're like, I'll bet you 2 scoops of Dickel beans that I went, something like that. And so by the time it came across, it was just, it was getting out of hand. All right. Do we have people on auto draft? Because nobody fell. Really, Andrew's the only one. I guess we could get a Kittle stack if we wanted to go quarterback this early. Go Downs. And we'll just go Purdy. All right. And we'll just wait on the next quarterback. We've got a Geno pairing there. Can always go Cam if he drops. Guess Goff was technically there, but no thanks. Surely you get loads of great stories about the winner to dish, though, right? For sure, from the parents. This is it's so good. It's like a perfect combination of just like awkward wholesomeness. Tyler, I might need to know just more about this. Such a great punishment. Man, Jennings fell to 102. Krosky Merritt at 88. Jalen Warren at 87. Signed a 2-year extension, so I was wondering if he was going to go up any further. That's pretty much where he's at. Kraft at 96. So this team we talked about in the one spot is the only team that doesn't have the 3 bars, and they're living a little. They've got no stacks. They took Saquon over Jamar Chase. Patrick Mahomes, there's no correlation here at all. So, maybe that's what you need. Jaden Reed finally goes off the board at 111. Man, this league does not like quarterbacks. Let's see if Higgins will fall to us. Also got Mooney could fall to us next round. Got Burden for the bring back. I mean, the great thing is we've got all of our bases covered. So we're gonna go with Higgins. Tyler, how old is this league? It's the best. It can backfire in the winter because the parents have the deep stories. Yeah, I bet. All right, if you're just now joining and tuning in, we've got Jefferson to start from the 7 spot. Then came back, got Chase Brown. Josh Allen fell to us at 31, and then Kittle fell to us at 42. So I'm not sure the last time I had a 1-1-1-1 start. Balance start to this Labor Day. Got J-Mo, Jacoby, Keon Coleman to pair with Allen, Purdy to pair with Kittle, and then Higgins. But with Chase Brown and Harvey, we can still wait a little bit on running back. The good thing about running, I mean, look at these wide receivers that are falling. Look at this quarterback that is falling. I mean, do I have to get Caleb Williams if he falls to 127? It's a pretty heavy quarterback build. Man, Ferguson goes, take Caleb Williams. No. So Burden just went. So there's no one really to pair with Williams. I don't think I can take him. I'd have to pair him with like Cole Kmet at the end. I'm just going to let someone else take this value and get Mooney. That's crazy. Star Kincaid here. Stroud even possibly. How far does Caleb fall? There's some news on Judkins, right? Like he's going to come back, or he could come back as early as this week. There goes Caleb. Let's see who drafted Caleb. Do they get a stack, or are they just like, I can't pass up on this? Yeah, they're like, I just can't pass up on this. They don't have any bears. There goes Kincaid. Was hoping to pair him with Allen. Could always pair. Got Blue. All right. So let's look at what we got. Penix goes. We got Blue. Got Judkins. Got Goddard for the bring back. We got Tootin. Gonna get Blue. Yeah, that's what I saw. Maybe I should have gotten Judkins. Maybe he'll fall, though. He's still going to be, I mean, it's still going to be a while before he plays and gets in shape. You can see I haven't updated rankings yet. These are like the 2-week, 3-week-old rankings, but I've got enough of it in my head where we know what we're doing. Cam Ward goes. I have to just kind of set expectations for myself because Cam Ward and Calvin Ridley are the two most drafted players I have just this season. And so if it does not work out for them, then it's going to be rough for me. But I do know that like week one's it's gonna probably be rough against Denver. There goes Ayuk. There goes Judkins. Bye value. Tootin goes. Goddard goes. Man, Q just got wiped out there. So I'm not going to overreact too much. All right, let's look at what we got coming up. 2 picks. Stevenson's still there. I think that's that Q tag that's got him. And we could also get Ray Davis. All right, we might just have to get this dip on Mr. Stevenson. Last week we were celebrating victory lapping the Jalen Coker news. And then, like, I usually don't text JJ, but I had to text him. Like, hey, Coker's on IR. Has the middle moved much on Jalen Coker with him starting on IR? Yes, it has. It, like, shifted way to, like, 14th, 15th round. And now he's back into, like, probably 18th round. But, you know, it's a tough click for people with him starting on IR. Strained a quad in practice. Practice. We're talking about practice. Maybe I should have gotten Palmer there. Bryce goes. We'll see if Gino makes it back. We still don't have a second tight end, which is fine because we got Kittle. But this is pretty balanced. A 2-4-6-1. There goes DeMario. I mean, look at these guys with Q. People are just scared to take these guys with Q tags. There goes Gino. So what quarterbacks are even left? You know, with Allen and Purdy, we might just roll with 2 quarterback build. There goes Ray. Dang, I wish Gino hadn't gone yet. It's tough. You got Tesla. We could pair him with JMO, just like that mini stack. Got Hollywood. All right. So we got Thornton. So 2-4-7-1. Probably look at a running back this next time around. Go Algier to pair with Mooney. Yeah, Coker is currently 190. All right, let's look at some of these other teams. Let's look at what this first team. They get Ollie at 120. Love. Oh, so they have Love and Kraft. They did get Ayuk. Let's see who they draft here. Maybe it's Hollywood. No, Hollywood Brown's already gone. If I didn't have so much Hollywood, I would have drafted him there. They get Chig and Taj at 15. That's awesome. All right, what are some of the teams that I like here? Let's look at this guy who started with CD at 5. He gets Achan Daniels, pairs Daniels with Debo, gets Ibuka Pickens for the bring back. This guy knows what he's doing. He has a week 17 double quarterback stack with no other quarterbacks. Let's see if he goes. He did get Wandell, so he can go a Giants quarterback. But he is all up on that week 17 Dallas Washington game. Okay, any crazy builds here? Maybe this 2-6-5-1. Take 2 running backs to start and you still get 6 running backs total. That's kind of crazy. I mean, Stafford, Rodgers still there. Let's look at the running backs. Let's get Mr. Marks. Pair him with Higgins. And then we'll look for a quarterback here. Why not? I actually don't mind the Rodgers. Let's see. Domingo just went Jonnu. So let's see if he gets Rodgers as like that back stack right here. Because he's got 2 already, but he get that backdoor stack with Rodgers. But I don't hate Rodgers late because you've got 2 options in Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson. Or Freiermuth if you want to go another tight end if you think they're going to be playing 12 personnel the whole time. Yeah, you got 3 other teams that have 2 quarterbacks in front of me. So we'll see if any of them make it to me. Playing an 8-team league for the first time. Any advice? Well, if you've only played in 12 teams, you should dominate. And when you play in an 8-team, it just means you can reach for those onesie positions, quarterback and tight end. And get an elite quarterback and get an elite tight end. If it's around the range where you should get them. And then you can fill the rest with just studs. Especially with how deep the wide receiver position is this year. You know, those guys are in the 4th through 6th rounds. Guys like Ibuka, you know, those are going to be like the last picks of your draft. So you don't have to wait as late as you would normally. All right, Stafford's still there. 2 rounds later, could pair him with a tight end or Rodgers. Do I have any Cleveland guys? No, but I do have some Falcons players. So let's pair him with a tight end or a Whittington late. Get some value on the Stafford. So they don't have a game stack for Rams, Falcons. No, I would have to get Manungai for a game stack of Niners, Bears. And I think I'm out on any Eagles right now because Shipley just went. So, not the end of the world there. So we've got 3, 5, 7, 1, but our 1 is Kittle. So we're good. We're probably going to get, I don't know, which Rams tight end do you guys like? There goes Io Manor. Man, someone got a steal on Kyle Williams. And they had Hunter Henry. Did they get Drake May? Yeah, they did. They got Drake May at 120. Okay. So look at this team in the 2 spot. Chase falls to them. They get A.J. Brown at the end. Trey McBride. Ridley, who I love. Metcalf, Olave, Diggs. Kyler. I want to be this guy's team. So got the Kyler McBride stack, Dobbins, a little bit of a reach on B-Rob, but then gets Drake May at 122 and is able to pair him with Henry and Kyle Williams late. That's a good team, man. I'd like to adopt that guy's team. So Higbee or Ferguson is the question. There goes Ray. If I can still get second. I didn't let him win. He had second overall pick. That's just a solid job by that guy. / the other guys in the rooms are idiots. All right, so we can go Pat Bryant here or Coker. Knowing that Coker is going to miss the first 4 games of the season, but he's also going to be that slot. But I kind of like Pat Bryant too. I've got RJ Harvey. I should probably go with that. So now we need 2 tight ends and a running back. I like having that balanced build. There goes Jatavian. I do like Jatavian even more now with just the possibility of him being that go-to pass catcher on the inside. With Coker out those first 4 weeks. All right. I'm excited about this team, though. It's a pretty good little squad. We're up again on the clock. So need a running back or 2 tight ends. Running backs, I mean, honestly, we could go with Garindo if we wanted to. Or Roshan or Manungai. We go Hunter. All right, so we want Hunter to pair with Stafford there. We'll get one of these Rams tight ends. And then we'll look like, man, Arroyo has just fallen down the draft boards big time. Ferguson might be a gimme there at the end. You know, I think I like Ferguson more than Higbee. Like, let's tell a story with this lineup. Yes, Trey. I'll see you in the finals, my friend. But let's tell a story of this lineup where, it takes a few weeks for these rookies to move up the draft board. So we got Hunter and Ferguson with Stafford. But during playoff weeks, they're the guys that you need one of those advanced weeks to go. Coker goes 216. I mean, that's a pretty good pick for him. Roman Wilson, Rattler for that third quarterback. Does he have anybody to pair him with? Might later. I do think Rattler is a decent option. I'm glad we didn't want Higbee because he is gone. I like Fannin or Arroyo in either of these two spots. Getting that rookie tight end again, knowing that Kittle's going to be there. Probably Fannin above Arroyo. We don't really have any Cleveland or there. So, all right, Arroyo goes. Doesn't matter. Let's get Fannin, and then we'll get Ferguson to round out this squad. If anyone picks Ferguson, I will lose it. I will lose it, but all these guys except for Styles have 2 tight ends, and there are still some good tight ends left. Oh, Butch goes 4 tight ends. Interesting. Did he wait on all of them? No, he got Warren, so why would he need 4 tight ends? Why did Butch do that? His 5 running backs are Williams, Connor, Pollard, Eckler, and Davis. I mean, he should have picked another running back instead of Schultz right there. Garindo, Smith. Even Sanders. Cohen says the Jaguars still evaluating Travis Hunter's usage in week 1. Man. And we had the tweet about the Dolphins. I mean, they just got all these guys who are just going to show up and try to play week 1. It's going to be crazy. All right, on the clock. That will do it for our team. Let's see who's still left. Lambert Smith still left. Gadsden. Jack Besh. Man, what a fall he has had. Poor guy. All right, so let's check out the squad. We got the Bills stack with Allen and Coleman. Maybe I should have gone Elijah Moore there since he did make the team. Oh, well. Chase Brown, RJ Harvey are 2 running backs. Then you got Jefferson, Williams, and Myers. Myers is a wide receiver 3. Don't really love that, but kind of with this build just happened. We already talked about Coleman. Purdy's paired with Kittle. And then we got Higgins, Mooney, Thornton, Bryant. Like, those are some solid 5, 6, 7, 8 receivers right there, all capable of spike weeks. Blue, Stevenson, Marks, Hunter. Again, I like this team. It's not perfectly correlated, but it's good enough. It's good enough that structurally that we can do what we need to do there. Reminder, we've got the late round draft guide. If you're still drafting your teams, can do that. And we've got the Guillotine League tonight. If you're a late round Patreon member, hop in the main chat for directions how to register for that. I think we still need a few more for that. There's 18 teams in it. My first one. It's the official late round Guillotine League for this year. $25 entry on that. Nothing too big. And then also just shout out to their sponsor, DraftKings, for sponsoring this stream. We appreciate you. And we're going to probably be back tomorrow as well. So we're 3 days away from the start of the season. Have an awesome Labor Day, everyone. We'll see you next time. Peace.